Everyone, and welcome back. Welcome to the first Christmas hybrid class. This is going to be a little bit different for a couple of reasons. One, this class is going to be shorter, both in its duration, it's just going to be a few weeks long, and also in the length of each segment. I'm going to try to keep them below 10 minutes because the purpose is really simple. I just want to spend some time each week sort of pointing our attention to various aspects of the Advent season that may be beneficial for us to think on. I want to mainly be pointing you towards some really encouraging and comforting resources, books, things like that I've read. Each Christmas, I take some time to read a short book, either on Christmas or an Advent devotional. I've just found that those really, it's always a struggle at Christmas for it to feel significant because it's something that happens every year. And so these have been some things that have just ministered to me personally, encouraged me, lifted my spirits, helped me to fix my eyes on Jesus. And so I want to commend them to you. There are a variety of books. Some of them are little Advent devotionals that you read one segment each week, kind of like this one, or this one from Paul Tripp called Come Let Us Adore Him. So as we go through the class, I'm going to be posting links to those in the emails and also just letting you know what they are. Some of them are books that are just books that are written for pure enjoyment. I got this one 2 years ago. It's called A Walk One Winter Night. It's a Christmas story from Al Andrews, who some of you may know. He's a Southern author. So as there are things that are just enjoyable, I'm going to try to point us to those as well. But what I'm going to do is each week I'm going to take one chapter or a segment of one of these books that has been encouraging to me. I'm just going to read it. These are things that are good for us to think about, and I hope you'll dive in and enjoy them as well. So this week I want to read one of the devotions from a devotional that came out a few years ago. It's called The Dawning of Indestructible Joy. It's by John Piper, and his whole argument is that Christmas is the beginning, what cements and guarantees that the Lord has secured for us everlasting joy. And so this is from one of the days. It's called What Christmas Came to Destroy. And I just thought it was interesting because we think about Christmas coming to provide comfort and hope, glad tidings of comfort and joy, right? But we don't think about Christmas coming to destroy something, that Jesus came to destroy something. But 1 John chapter 3, verse 8 says, the reason the Son of God appeared, right? That's Christmas. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the works of the devil. So just listen to this from John Piper. Maybe look at the fire or gaze away from your computer screen because I'm going to be reading out of this book. But he says that the coming of the eternal Son of God into the world as the God-man, Jesus Christ, is a fact of history. Yet thousands of people say they believe this fact, but then live just like everybody else. They have the same anxieties that good things will be lost, and the same frustration that crummy things can't be changed. Evidently, there is not much power in giving right answers on religious surveys about historical facts. That's because the coming of the Son of God into the world is so much more than a historical fact. It was a message of hope sent by God to teenagers and single parents and crabby husbands and sullen wives and overweight women and impotent men and disabled neighbors and people with same-sex attraction and preachers and lovers and you. And since the Son of God lived, died, rose, reigns, and is coming again, God's message through him is much more than a historical fact. It is a Christmas gift to you from the voice of the living God. Thus says the Lord. The meaning of Christmas is that what is good and precious in your life need never be lost. And what is evil and undesirable in your life can be changed. The fears that a few good things that make you happy are slipping through your fingers, and the frustrations that the bad things you hate about yourself or your situation can't be changed. These fears and these frustrations are what Christmas came to destroy. It is God's message of hope this Advent, that what is good need never be lost, and what is bad can be changed. The devil works to take the good and bring bad, and Jesus came to destroy the works of the devil. I feel like that's one of the fears for many of us this season, is that what is good is slipping away, or we're missing out on, or is being squandered by COVID. Time, things that we will never get back. and what is bad in the world is reigning. But Christmas tells us the exact opposite, that Christ reigns victorious, that he came to destroy the works of the devil, and there's reason for joy in that. Christmas and Advent are very practical things. They are meant to sustain us. We're going to talk about that next week. But they're very real and meant to sustain us. They're not just nice ideas. They're not just quaint things to sort of imagine and be nice if they were true. They're not fairy tales. The coming of Christ is meant to sustain us in the darkest night. So that book, you can find the link in the email, The Dawning of Indestructible Joy by John Piper. It's a devotional that walks you through Advent. And I'm going to leave it there for this week. And then we'll see you next week as we talk about the fact that Christmas sustains us in the darkness. God bless.